All right, choo-choo all aboard the 2-6 trigonometric chain rule train. We are back. Today's date is Thursday, September 19th. Gio has a new watch. It's pretty cool. Some new rings. Show them off, Gio. Ooh, sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. Okay, and then we're on to 9/19/19, 91919. All right, so our objective. Read it, someone.
Apply the trig. Okay, I can read that.
Trigonometric.
Chain rule to the various problems.
Just say trig.
Trig.
Apply the trig chain rules to the various problems. So that's why I even have it in the title over here, trig. It was just too much. If I actually type out trigonometric and then it takes up too much room and I have to make the font size like 11 instead of 22.5. All right, so let's do some chain rules. Again, we assume that these blanks are the inners. You could put a U there if you really want to. I'm just going to leave it blank because we know that the inner goes there. So if I take the derivative of sine and I assume that I have a coefficient a, derivative of sine, arrow, is?
Is it cosine?
It is. So it's going to be a times cosine of blank. And don't forget your dinner. There's always dinner. I am teaching you the doubters. You must know the dinner is always there. All right. Next up, we have cosine. Derivative of cosine, arrow again is?
Sine.
Ooh, careful.
Is it not?
Tangent.
It is negative sine.
Oh, I forgot.
So let's write it down. It's going to be negative a times sine of whatever was the inner. And don't forget your dinner.
I'm going to spell dinner wrong for like the first minute.
It's pronounced the inner if we're saying it nice and slow, but then we sound kind of maybe not. Maybe we sound like we belong in a mental hospital or something if we pronounce it that way. And then this one is kind of hard. It's not explanatory. I can give you a proof. It's not that hard to give you the proof. I did it all the time in college. It was annoying. But the derivative of tangent is? Arrow, help me.
I don't know.
It's a times secant squared.
Oh.
Secant squared of blank. And don't forget your...
We never use that one. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't use it very often. It comes up maybe 1 or 2 times in the entire AP test. So it'll save you like a point or two. These guys come up all the time. This is like 4 or 5 points right here. Cosine and sine. So if you have to like make room in your brain, maybe don't put tangent in. But hopefully you can all fit this all in your brain. It's tangent. Your brain is unlimited.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would like to forget this memory of that awkwardness. I feel so much better.
Or
All
just
right.
Anyway.
Anyway, derivative
Oh, geez.
of, we're in sine house. Well, technically it's trig house, but we're dealing with the sine room of the trig house, I guess. Let's take the derivative of 2 sine of 3x. Who wants to take a shot at it?
So it's 2 cosine of 3x times 3.
Oh my gosh, so fast. I'm still catching up to Claire. 3x, and then she already did the dinner as well, which was 3, and she already simplified it. But let me pause there. Before I simplify, I did doubter, then I did dinner. Doubter, it changed to cosine, and then dinner was 3. So it does simplify, as Claire said, to 6 times cosine of 3x. And I don't know why I keep writing this little dot here. You don't need to write it. It's just 6 cosine 3x all squished together. But I do that to show that there is a coefficient. I'm going to stop doing that. Just as a note, eventually in this class we are going backwards. And I have some cartoon on my wall that tells you how hard it is to go backwards. Going forward, you basically need product rule, quotient rule, and chain rule. 3 rules. Going backward, you need roughly 100 rules. Going backwards is lots harder. But when you go backwards, it's going to be hard to remember which goes to negative, which goes to positive. Here's the rule that I'm going to tell you right now. You'll probably forget it, and I'll tell you over and over and over again until you get it. When I have cosine, C stands for change, S stands for same. So when I do cosine stands for change, I'm going to change the sign. S stands for same, it is the same sign. If it was positive here, it is positive here. Change, if it's positive here, it's negative here. Change, if it's negative here, it's positive here. C, change, S, same. So far so good?
Yeah.
All right, it's a good mnemonic to know. Maybe you want to write it down. S stands for same. I'll probably add it to my notes as well. S-A-M-E, and C stands for C-H-A-N-G. I cannot spell. Change. There it is. Let's try another one. Example 2. Who wants to take a shot at it? Gio, you're up.
Negative 2 cosine.
Careful. So cosine changes to what, first of all?
Oh, sine. Negative 2 sine.
So careful. It was a negative cosine. So C stands for
Change.
change. So it was a negative. Now it's a
Positive.
positive what? Positive.
Sign.
Positive sign of
X. Negative X.
negative x. Good. You just did dinner correctly. Don't forget your.
Wait.
Or you just did doubter correctly. I'm sorry. You just did doubter correctly. Don't forget your dinner, which is what, you?
1.
Careful.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So the answer here is, Gio?
Negative sign of times.
Negative sign of
Negative X.
negative x. There it is. Good job, Gio. All right.
I have a question. Can the T stand for terrible? I don't know what that is.
Sure.
Good.
T stands for terrible from here on out. I'm totally turning that into a joke for next year. Hopefully no one is in this class and they will all laugh. All right, so don't watch this video for those of you that are watching this video a year in the future. All right, example number 3. I'm taking the derivative of tangent, a terrible tangent. Who wants to do this one? Not Gio, you just did the last one. Claire, go for it.
So, 4 secant squared of the natural log of x times dinner, which is
Ooh,
1
careful.
over x
Oh yeah.
Times dinner inner, which is?
times 1. So it's
Times
just
1.
1 over x.
Yeah, so we'll just leave it
And
like
so
that.
then simplified, it's 4 over x secant squared, the natural log of x.
There it is. I forgot a parenthesis in there. There it is. Bada boom, bada bing. I should probably be boxing my answers since I've done some work here. Get that procedure right. Oops, that's a bad box. That's a better box. That's it. Done. Questions? All right.